I welcome everyone. Analytical service and touch System.GURU.Markets. Let's start with summary data for the company. If you're interested, you can pause the video. You can consider all the parameters of the corporation in question more carefully. We will look at the main fundamental indicators of the company Genmab ADR, ticker GMAB. This review was created based on data as of March 18, 2025. According to Classification Guru, Markets company Genmab ADR belongs to the subcategory Cancer General. 144 companies take part in the analysis. This is very representative. We will see the decisions made at the end of this video. The overall result for the company is 8 out of 10 points. The average result for the subcategory is minus 1.7 points. If you look broadly, within the market in general, we can note that the average result for the market as a whole is 1.9 points. Against a score of 8 points for Genmab ADR. Comparing the dynamics of a company's share price, Genmab ADR, and subcategory shares, we can see that over the last 12 months, the stock Genmab AS showed dynamics of minus 33.6%. Against the price dynamics in the subcategory of 16.5%. This definitely doesn't mean anything, but you need to take note of this fact. Market capitalization of the company Genmab ADR is $13.23 billion. With a market capitalization of the subcategory of $146 billion. Genmab AS accounts for a share of 9.043% and is one of the medium-sized companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $5.09 billion. And the capitalization of the subcategory is $56 billion. Genmab AS constitutes a share of 9.164%. By comparing the occupied shares of stock exchange and balance sheet capitalization, we can see the following. Occupied share Genmab ADR in the subcategory in case of market capitalization assessment is 9.043%. The balance sheet capitalization is 9.164%. This is 1% more than the share of market value. Assessment of the company's share of market and balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory, good, 1 point. The organization's debt obligations amount to $0.153 billion. Financial liabilities to book value amount to 3% of equity. Result on the company's debt level, very good, 2 points. The company's market price to earnings ratio is 11.7. The average in the subcategory is 0, which is significantly better than in the subcategory. Assessment of the company's market value to profit indicator in comparison with companies in the subcategory, very good, 2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was $1,133 million. Projected earnings for the next 12 months are tentatively expected to be $1,139 million, which is 0.5% more than the current figure. Assessment of projected future profits in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's value to revenue ratio is 4.2. The average for the subcategory is 7.6, which is 45% lower than for the subcategory. Assessment of the company's market value to its revenue in comparison with the indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $3,120 million. Projected revenue for the next 12 months is tentatively expected to be $3,140 million. 1% more than now. Assessing the performance of projected future sales volumes in comparison with the performance of subcategory companies. Good, 0.5 points. The margin is 36.3%, with the average in the subcategory minus 65.5%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 101.8%. Assessment of marginality in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory, good, 0.5 points. The company's share by number of employees in the subcategory is 5.792%, which is 56% less than the market capitalization share. This reflects the imbalance of the company's current exchange price, Genmab ADR, rather towards revaluation. The amount of market capital per company employee is equal to $4,929,000. Whereas in the subcategory, there are $3,157,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 56.1%. Estimation of the amount of company capital per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. The amount of profit per employee is $422,200. The average for the subcategory is minus $271,700. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is $694,000. Estimation of profit per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's sales volume per employee is $1,163,000. In the subcategory, $415,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 180%. Estimation of revenue per individual employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The volume of sales transactions corresponds to 0.4%, with an average for the subcategory of 7.3%. This is an assessment of the possible risk of a short squeeze. Indicator RSI 14 shows a level of 45% for the company Genmab AS, whereas in the subcategory this level is 50%. Potentially, shares of the subcategory are valued approximately the same as shares Genmab AS. The company's current stock price is approximately $20.79. The consensus price target for the company's shares is approximately $31.75. The difference between the actual price and the consensus forecast is approximately 53%. Let's go to the order table. It is available. A link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all decisions publicly made this season by the stock valuation information and reference System.GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is free and open. Link in pinned comment. As a result of securities valuation Genmab ADR. Information and reference assessment System.GURU.Markets, the following decision was made. Open a buy deal at a price of $20.80. The company's assessment was carried out based on the assessment model, the Akeem's index. Take profit is set at 22.73. Stop loss is set at 18.87. In case the order is not closed by take profit or stop loss, then the order is fixed independently based on the results of trading on April 17, 2025, or on the last working day before this date. Ticker VSTM will be a balancing sell order. A video on the balancing order will be or has already been published on the channel. When closing one of the orders, the main or balancing one, the second order is closed at the actual price. Thank you all for watching this video and for using the information system Guru Markets.